What's going on? Welcome back to the Newcastle United versus Brighton and Hove Albion match preview. So it's this weekend at St James's Park. The games are coming fast. As you can see in the background there, this is last season's game. Now, we're coming up against a Brighton team who currently sit 12th in the league. I'll currently bring the league table up now for you. So Brighton are currently sitting on 21 points. They're 3 points above us. They've got a better goal difference as such. And ourselves, we currently sit 15th in the league. And if we win on Saturday, we could jump above Brighton depending on what the scoreline is. And you can see, that Brighton have had a really good start. Fair enough, they might have only won a few games, but, they're more than holding the run for a promoted team. And that's all down to Chris Hughton. Now, let's look at Brighton and Hove Albion, how they play. So Brighton and Hove Albion like to play with a 4-4-1-1 formation. They like to play the ball in their own half. They like to play the balls on the flanks. They're not exactly the paciest of teams, but they are a threat. Now, up front, they've got Anthony Knockout. He's a bit of a threat, what to watch out for. The former Leicester City player. He's one who can, cut in off the wings. He can try and cross the ball. There's Murray, Murray, who used to play for Crystal Palace. He's an old fox in the box. He's one of those players who, he can outstrength you. He can score like set pieces with a header, or you can just tap one in. Behind him they play that Gross, whatever he's called. He's a really good player, someone to watch out for as well. So Brighton, they're a young team, but they've also got a bit of experience in there as well. When you mention Glenn Murray, they like to play the ball possession-wise, and they're not really that much of a threat in terms of attacking-wise. But you've got to try and they're a patient sort of team. They're a bit like us, Newcastle. You've got to hit them on the counter-attack at any given opportunity. Now, the last game out they lost 2-0 away to Chelsea, but that's no disgrace. Chelsea are up there with the rest of the top six doing all right, and Chelsea have got talent. Us and Brighton, we don't really have that talent. We're not really a top six squad. So it's how we nullify Brighton's weakness, because they have weaknesses just like we do, and it's how we get at them. Now, Chris Hughton come back to St James's Park. He was here last season in the Championship. When we played each other, and we beat them on that time as well. We also beat them at the Amex in the Championship season, but we didn't beat them at the Amex in the Premier League season, which was a bit of a shame because I felt that we were the better team, but we just didn't take our chances when we got given them. Now, let's look at our team, Newcastle. How do we attack? Now, I expect Newcastle United to bring in our best players back for this game. So you look at Matt Ritchie, Dwight Gale. He had a decent period when he came on in the second half against Man City. We're on decent form. Fair enough, we lost to Man City 1-0, but that shows how far we've come in a couple of games. We beat West Ham 3-2 at the London Stadium, so the fight is there. I'd like to see Shelby be given a freer role, where he can just ping the ball forward to Dwight Gale as much as he possibly can. Hoslu, I think he will start, but I would like to see him drop for this game because, again, he's not really doing enough. I'd like to see Mitrovic be given a chance before he leaves, or take your pick on that one. But you probably expect Joselu to start in this game. So I think Rafa Benitez will probably go with two up front, you'd imagine. Hoslu and Dwight Gale up front. Richie on one side, Atsu on the other. And I think that's how we're going to have to get at Brighton. We're going to need the pace as much as we can, because Brighton aren't exactly the quickest team. They've got Lewis Dunk at the back. He's not exactly the paciest centre-back, but he has got a mistake in him. And you've got Bruno as well, the centre-back for Brighton, and he's not exactly the quickest. So it's going to be interesting to see how Atsu and Richie get on the wings, how they're going to get to Brighton's back four. Matty Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper for Brighton, he's decent, but he is weak, and we should have the quality to get past him. I expect us to have a lot more possession this time around, because against Man City on Wednesday, it's Man City. We're not going to have all the possession in the world. We had something like 22% possession or something like that. I expect we'll have 50 plus, against Brighton. And this is a bread and butter game where we'll have to win it. We need 3 points. We need to claim the league, because if we do, we can go above Brighton. And, we've got Stoke City a few days later at the Bet365 Stadium, where we can go get something there as well. So, games are coming fast where Newcastle have got to get results, and they're in our favour when you think about it. So, we're hitting some teams off form, which is kind of good, whereas before that we were hitting teams on form, which that's why we plummeted down the league as bad as we did. And it was good just to stop the rot on Saturday, against West Ham. So, I think it will be a close game, because Brighton are decent, but I expect us to respond after the defeat at the Amex earlier on in the season. I expect us to score at least a couple of goals on Saturday. I'm going to back Newcastle for a 2-0 win against Brighton. I think Dwight Gale will score if he gets on, and I also think that I think Shelby or Richie's due a goal. I think they could score on Saturday. You let me know your thoughts of the upcoming game. You let us know your predictions down below. Also, hit a like on the video if you're new. Also, subscribe to 100% NUFC, as I'm trying to get to 800 subscribers. We're very, very close, like I keep saying. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the game. There will not be a match day experience from this game on Saturday, as I'm with family. I've got family up this weekend, but I will be down at the Britannia Stadium on New Year's Day for the Stoke away game, so something for you to look forward to. But I will be back with the review on Saturday night or Sunday morning. So anyway, how are the lads? Enjoy the game. I'll see you all later. Peace out.